and sisters. If you've ever had the experience of falling in love, there's a tremendous amount of value to that. When you fall in love, it feels like something just happened to you. In a sense, you become positively victimized by love. And there are so many songs written about romantic love and the idea that this other person is everything to you. And they are your sunshine. And you just are in a different state. There's a song called On the Street Where You Live. And it's just the idea, if I can be near this person that I love, then I'm just happy and I don't notice anything else. In a certain sense, it's a very, very valuable and wonderful experience, because while it does reinforce the notion that love is outside of you, it is in this other person, you need this other person to be happy, they are your sunshine. All of that, of course, is false. But the experience of love is real. And that feeling that everything is perfect and that you are happy and content and in the moment and in the experience, exhilarated, even if it is an infatuation. That's very valuable. The reason that you fall in love is not because the love is in someone else and you happen to get near it. It's because you drew to yourself a certain pattern of energy that aligns with your pattern of energy based on your beliefs and your experience when you were young, in which you've given yourself permission to allow the love of God to come forth. There aren't that many conditions in which you will give yourself permission to experience the love of God. And what you feel for another person, of course, doesn't hold a candle to the love that you have for God, that God has for you, that you are. But it does give you a window into what it's like when you put your energy and your concentration and your focus on love itself and allow it to color all of your experiences. Walking on air, everything is perfect. There are not many experiences in which your ego would allow access. Step aside just for a minute and allow access to the love of God. But those experiences are valuable, not because they reinforce the notion that something is outside of you, but because they show you that you have the power, depending on your interest and depending on your focus, to access the love that you are. Now, sometimes it comes from another person. Sometimes it comes from a pet, or it seems to. Sometimes you'll give yourself permission to experience the love of God when you're in nature. And more often, you'll feel the peace and the love of God when you meditate. Under the surface, underneath the conditions, underneath the thoughts, is the peace and the love of God that you seek. If you've fallen in love, you also know that you fall out of love, and it seems to depart as mysteriously as it entered. And that's okay. But it does show you that love colors everything. That if you can have the experience of love, of being in love, that this makes everything else not wrong, but just unimportant, immaterial. That love is really all you want, and it's all there is, and it's synonymous with peace. This is why all relationships start off as special. And yet you have that opportunity to transform every special relationship, even the ones that seem ideal, where you just love somebody to pieces. You can transform that relationship into a holy relationship where you no longer need them to feel love. The love is coming from inside of you, and you need nothing from anyone. You are that love. And perhaps that person reminds you of that. When you have a holy relationship and you need nothing, you need them not to have to change or to be different. You don't need any circumstance. Love itself is coloring all of your perceptions, all of your experience. Let yourself transform everything that seems to happen to you in circumstances into something that you deliberately, willfully choose. If your interest is love itself, everything that you would conjure up that seems like it would make you happy will come to you naturally. Put your focus on love and peace and the experience of the God that you are. And allow things to be exactly as they are. It's all based on your interest and what's important to you. And the love you feel for everyone and everything, including yourself, will only deepen. I love you, and I'll speak with you again soon.